doing a video because I wanted to do a follow-up to a video that I just put on the channel about the View's host testing positive for coronavirus. As I was looking today on the internet, it seemed like one of the View's hosts, Ana Navarro, did an interview with Anderson Cooper. She's saying that now she's testing negative for the coronavirus, and she's taken 2 tests and now they're negative. So I'll let you watch this video, this interview. I'll come back on the other side of it. And this is coming from Entertainment. I guess this is E! Online. So I'm just following up on something that I put up yesterday. And what I'll do is I'll play this interview with Anderson Cooper that Navarro done.
TV this morning just before View co-host Sunny Hostin and guest host Ana Navarro have now tested negative for COVID twice. One was a rapid test, the other a PCR. Sources say the 2 hosts are now awaiting the results of a second PCR test. Hostin and Navarro, both whom are fully vaccinated, were told to leave the set on live TV this morning just before an interview with Vice President Harris. Take a look.
There seems to be something happening here that I'm not 100% aware of. Can someone please apprise me of the situation?
I need the 2 of you to step off for a second.
Okay.
Anna and
we're going to bring you
Sunny
back later.
have to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shall I introduce the Vice President?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vice President, no.
Nope.
Okay. Shall we dance? Let's do a tap dance.
Let's do that
Ana Navarro joins us now. So, what happened? You have 2 negative tests now. How are you feeling? And just can you walk us through what happened?
I'm feeling great. First thing I want to do, Anderson, is say thank you to all the well-wishers. There's been so many people on social media wishing us well, and we're doing great. I also want to thank the Vice President's office, Kamala Harris herself, her team, Simone Sanders, Tina Flournoy. I want to thank the Secret Service. They were all great, and and the team at The View. It takes so much work to do an interview like this, and it's something that we were excited about. We were prepared to ask some tough questions. We were very proud to have the Vice President come on The View, and then all of a sudden it turned into like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was just
So, but
surreal.
how often are you
Look,
tested? How often are you tested for live TV?
I'm tested weekly.
Okay.
I'm tested every time. You know, I co-host a couple of times, a couple of days a week, and I usually get tested before I come into the building. So we are all tested weekly. There's a lot of measures taken at The View.
Right.
There's, you know, like in your show, there's limited staff on the floor. Everybody's wearing masks except for the people on camera.
So
you know,
I just want to watch this moment with you because it's just kind of there's something about it kind of stunning to watch. Let's just watch this.
There seems to be something happening here that I'm not 100% aware of. Can someone please apprise me of the situation?
I need the 2 of you to step off for a second.
Okay.
Anna and
So at this point, you don't know anything's going on.
Shall I introduce the Vice President?
no, we had.
No. Okay. Shall we dance? Let's do it.
You can talk over this. Well, yeah. What's going through your mind at this point?
We had just been told. We learned about these positive COVID tests, which, you know, all indications are might be false positives, while we're sitting there on the air. Now, because of COVID, the table at The View was like the size of an aircraft carrier. So Joy is clear on the other side, and I don't think she sees the commotion of when Sunny and I are told by the executive producer, Brian Tita, that this has happened. And of course, it's a very awkward moment. It's, you know, puzzling. You've got 100 things going through your head.
So you've been told before Joy says the thing of like stuff is happening here that I don't know what it is, and I'd like to be apprised of it. That's my Joy impression. You had already been told in your ears, or someone had whispered to you?
We had just been told in our ears, and we are, you know, we're like, what did you say? Did I just hear you right?
Right.
And this is in the middle of live TV.
Sure.
And as you know, Anderson, the show must go on. And so, you know, we're trying to.
So what
get,
happens to you when you leave that stage? Are you whisked away? Or like, is everyone like, okay, just go this way, or what happens?
Well, we, you know, we're sent to the backstage. The vice president was in a separate room. We had no contact with her during the entire day.
Right.
And so they're trying to figure out what is the safe way to conduct this interview and how do we do this.
Right.
And I've got to say, her team rolled with it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
She ended up doing the interview from that room
Right.
via remote
Yeah, wise.
with earbuds in her ears while we were locked up in our dressing rooms
It's
waiting
real.
for the test results that we
Okay.
took. So we took a rapid antigen test
Yeah.
and we took a PCR. Both have come back false positive for me. I can't speak for Sunny. It's her privacy. It's up to her to talk about her test results.
Right.
And I'm waiting for another one
Okay.
so that I can fly home to Miami and
All right.
maybe one day with my husband.
All right. I wish you the best. I keep in touch. Let me know. Ana Navarro, thank you so much. Appreciate it. My best to Sonny as well. Coming up next.
All right, and there you have it. Now Ana Navarro is saying that she tested but negative 2 times after the on-set reporting that her and Sonny tested positive for coronavirus. Now, I don't have the latest on what's going on with Sonny. Hopefully she's healthy. And I'm glad to hear that Ana Navarro don't have coronavirus. And here's the thing, guys, is that I don't want nobody to get ill. You know, with this pandemic, people have been pushing their political views on which way people should go. What the lesson here that should be learned is that these antigen tests and these PCR tests can give results that are not 100% completely accurate. The PCR test is more accurate than the antigen test. But the thing is, exercise caution because you don't want to get infected with this virus and something happen. I mean, nobody wants to get sick. I'm glad that this lady is all right. Ana Navarro is all right. She's speaking to Anderson Cooper, as you can see. She's saying that she tested negative twice since she's taken the test. I'm a glass half full type person. I think the way we process this information politically is damaging the rest of us, because somebody would take this news and they would try to discredit the entire pandemic. I mean, they would try to discredit the test. They would try to discredit the existence of the virus. They would try to discredit the methods being used to try to tamp down this situation. That's an extreme view of what we discovered in the last couple of days here, because the virus is real. These people passing away from this virus, unfortunately, those are real numbers. Those are real people. These hospitals have gotten real patients in them from this virus. To try to see something like this or an incident like this and try to discredit things, that is not the way the conversation should go. You should analyze what happened here and make an assessment and gain the knowledge that, you know, you may be tested and the results might not turn out correctly. So what does that mean? Test again. Take another test. It doesn't hurt you or harm you to get a test. Once your test, if you test positive, then you take the procedures and the caution that needs to be taken, you know, until the virus passes through your system. But anyway, this is just a follow-up to what I put up yesterday. So as you've seen, she did an interview with Anderson Cooper, and she's now saying that she's testing negative for coronavirus, which is a good thing. And I hope the other host, Sonny, is doing okay too. The reason that this needs to be pointed out is because we're in the middle of a pandemic and information and data is coming at us left and right. I think a lot of people don't know how to process this news, or they either take advantage of this news for their political talking points, and then they're either trying to discredit the virus or say the test ain't no good, or just somehow or another try to find something negative to say about this situation instead of looking at it from a perspective of trying to enlighten yourself and keep yourself safe. Because this thing has been politicized so much that we ain't processing this information correctly when it comes to the health and safety of citizens. So the way that I would process this information is I would get the understanding is that the PCR test and the antigen test can produce false positives. So what does that mean? Do I discount the test, or do I, what do I do? Do I try to discredit the whole method? Of course not. because we know that also the PCR test and the antigen test has a history of producing positive results that are legitimate positive results. So what I'm telling you is that even though it could go either way with these tests, it's still best to be tested to find out if you might have the virus, or so you can take precautions and not infect everybody else. So I'm glad that these two are doing all right. All this doubt about coronavirus and all this kind of stuff, I think that if we process this information correctly and handle this virus in the right way, we can get something done about it. But all this other negative stuff, trying to discount science and all that kind of stuff, it's frustrating to hear, because you're putting other people at risk by trying to just discredit it and have people go out there and expose themselves to this virus. But anyway, that's it. Take it easy.